there, good looking. Join me for this body weight only strength workout. That is right. We're going to work muscular strength using only your body weight. However, if you are a beginner, I recommend having a chair nearby for just one of the exercises so we can pop the ground up for you. Now, we also are not going to be performing like thousands of squats and push-ups either. I have a really inventive workout program for you that will hit all of the muscles without doing thousands of reps of lunges, squats, and push-ups. However, we will do a few reps. All right, lace up your runners and let's go get busy. Hi there and welcome. I'm PJ from fitnesswithpj.com as well as over50fitness.co. And before we go any further, hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, click that subscribe button so we can keep working together. If you're enjoying this workout ads free on the Over 50 Fitness app, head to the private community after this workout and let me know what you thought of it. All right, let's start down on the ground for me. Get ourselves warmed up. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. On an inhale, let the low back sag, the head looks up. On an exhale, push the ground away and tuck the tailbone under. Let's do 2 more here. Warming up your spine. Last one. And neutral spine. I'm going to turn myself to face you. Extend your right leg out for me, toe pointed to me, arms ahead. Sink your bum right back, stretching into the inner thigh of this right leg. Good. Last 2. This one feels good, doesn't it? 1. Now stay back for me. Take this arm, bring it under, and then rotate and look up. Beautiful. 3 more. Now into shoulder and T-spine here. 1 more. Other side. Here we go. Knee under the hip, leg extended right out to your side, toe pointed to me, arms in front, rock forward past the fingertips and all the way back to the heel. So for half this workout, we are actually on the mat. We need to manipulate gravity a bit when we are trying to use your body weight only for a strength workout. So we're on the mat for pretty much half of the workout. And then we'll finish off standing. 1 more. Sit back for me. Now take this hand, thread it through, and then rotate and look up. Good. Do it again. Now my other arm is still straight in front of me. My bum sitting back on the heel as best I can. Last one. Excellent. Come on up. Here we go. Feet hip width apart or a bit wider, toes turned out, arms extended. Slide the shoulder blades back and down. And we have 12 squats here, further warming up into the ankle, knees, and hips. So yeah, we have 1 round of everything. 50 seconds are on the clock. There's only one exercise where if you are a beginner, I will cue you to have your hands on a chair, or you could have them on a step, a Bosu ball, just something to elevate the ground to help yourself out. But other than that, we're just going. 1 more. Excellent jobs. All right, take it to the side for me. Give me a little bum back, just a side lunge here, side to side. When you do the side lunges, which will be part of our strength workout, I want you to make sure you're square to me. Last 4. One more. Excellent. All right, just drive the knees up. Move those arms. Just warming up into the hip flexor here and the quads. I'm just going to elevate your body temperature, right? That's what a warm-up is all about, and get the heart rate up a tiny bit. Here we go. Last 4, 3, 2, 1 more each knee. 1. All right, so we're about to begin the workout in about 20 seconds. So if you need a water, grab it now. Otherwise, everybody, I want you to have your right heel towards your bum, arms down by your side, left leg extends up, press into the ground, lift the hip up for a 1-legged bridge. All right, let's go. So we want this right heel close to the bum. Arms down by your side, and then bring the arms up to make it a little bit more challenging. This left leg, don't swing it. So you're really pushing into the ground with the right and then trying to keep that left quiet. Now when the timer goes, here's the scoop. We're not flowing right into the other leg right away. I have a series of moves I want to do with this right leg to work into the glute and hip further, and then we'll do the other leg. If you've been with me for a while, you know I like to train the same muscle back to back. Woo! Let's do one more here. All right, now lie on your left side. Left knee bent, top leg straight. Push it back, hip forward, lead with the heel, and lift. So now we're working hip and the glute med here. Got stuck on that word, on the hip. Hip what, PJ? Your glute med. So here's a couple of cues to make sure that you hit the right muscle. Is first, this top hip is forward. Second, this top leg is pushed rear, so what we call hip extension. And then finally, you're leading with the heel, not your toe. I'm literally leaning into this front arm here on the ground and bracing myself with this arm. Woo, you feel that in the other hip? Yeah. Now when the timer goes, we ain't going nowhere. One more. Time. Whew. All right. Yeah, that'll burn. Just wait, though. The fun's just begun. Okay, so I want you to bring the knee in now. So now that inside of the knee touches the ground in front. Come on. And now press the leg back into hip extension. So knee in, flexion, hip extension. Whew. Really good move to train your hip stabilizers. These guys do tend to get weaker as we get older and can cause havoc, everything from knee pain, hip pain, low back pain. So if you find that you do have sensitivity in your knees with lunges or squats, it could be that this guy here is a little weak. We just need to strengthen her. Woo, like we're doing right now. Last 10 seconds, and then don't you go anywhere. We're not done. We're not done on this side. Time. Whoo, whoo, whoo. All right, the final one of this series, we're going to elevate the feet, bend the knees, keep the feet elevated, and now lift the top knee only. All right, so feet elevated clams. Once again, I'm still trying to keep that top hip either stacked or forward, so I'm not rolling back. So be aware of that. And again, lean into that front arm. I find that super helpful for me to keep the form when training the glute med muscle. Woo! All right, so when we're done, we will start with the leg bridge with the left heel on the ground. Now I'm going to flip my head around just so that when I roll on my side, I'm facing you. You don't have to. It doesn't matter if you face me or not. You're going to know what we're doing. I will verbally cue you so you won't even need to see me. Oh my goodness. Let's do one more. Time. Woo! All right, so left heel on the mat. Arms down by your side. Now that heel's close to the bum. Press into the ground, lift up. Not swinging that right leg, and then if you feel you want to increase the intensity, lift the arms up. I know a lot of you love these no repeat workouts, and they are a ton of fun to do every so often. I just advise you, if you're looking for results with your fitness, to avoid them being your only way of working out. We do need sets, 3, 4, 5, even up to 6 sets of an exercise to really see strength to continue with our fitness journey. So these are great to do once in a while. Keep it interesting, but they shouldn't be your main workout. Time. All right, now let's lie on the right side. Bend that right knee, left leg straight, so top leg straight, hip forward, lead with the heel, and lift. That's just with the strength workouts. Cardio workouts, by all means, no repeats will still get you as fit as going steady state, doing the same repetitive motion. But for strength, we do need, on a regular basis, multiple sets to see changes in the muscle and your fitness. Woo, baby. So again, top hip rolled forward, lead with the heel. I'm now bracing with this top arm, this left arm of mine. Time. Whew. Okay, that timer could not have gone soon enough for me. All right, give that hip a little pat. Now let's bring that knee in. Knee touches the ground beside you, and then you're pushing it away. Now when you push it away, still keep that hip forward. So I'm not allowing my hip to roll back. And neither are you, right? Okay, good. I'm just checking. Now, this is 50-second timer, so we've got a few more reps than we normally do. And the reason being, when you're working with body weight, one way to increase the intensity is more reps. So, woo! You feel that hip? Keep going. One more. Time. Whoa. All right, good news. This is our last one here, and then we switch up the moves again. So where do we start? Feet elevated, knees centered a bit. Lift that top knee, keeping the hips stacked. Don't roll back as the knee lifts. When we're done this, I want you seated on your butt. I'm going to teach you a reverse plank. Which will feel extra special now that our hips are completely burnt out. Insert evil trainer giggle. Almost there. Let's do one more. Oh, release. Woo! All right, on your butt. Ho, ho, ho. Legs are straight for me. We're staying on the heels. Fingertips can point towards your toes or out a bit. Wrists under shoulders. Use your glutes. Squeeze up and lower. So I want you to see how high you can get up. We just have a slight bend in the knees, and then that's it. They're staying fairly straight. Now you're going to feel quite a pull through the front of the body, in particular the front of the shoulders, as well as into the arms. So they're definitely working, as well as your glutes, hamstrings, and your back extensors to a degree. Do your best, all right? It's all you can do. If you get in 2 good reps and have to shake out the wrists and then do another 2, go for it. Let's finish here, okay? One more. Time. All right. Hands light behind the ears. Legs are up. I want you to lower one leg to the ground and add a crunch. Bring the feet back together and then lower the other leg and add that crunch. Obviously, if you have osteoporosis, you won't do the crunch. You'll just do the leg lowering. Exhale. So as that leg lowers, we want to keep that low back anchored on the mat. We're not allowing it to pop up. And that ab crunch portion that I'm doing here is optional. Now the next exercise is a tick-tock mountain climber. So for those of you that are beginners, this is where I do recommend you place your hands on a chair, bench, step, and then follow the instructions as given. Last one. Time. All right. So whether your hands are elevated or you're on the mat with me, the setup's the same. Wrists under shoulders, feet apart, hips are quiet. Now bring the left knee to left arm, and then to the right arm, and then back to the left, and release. Now the right leg. So that knee is swinging underneath the body, going side to each arm. Release it back, and then the other leg. Once again, to modify, you elevate your arms. The higher up you are, the less body weight you're holding against gravity. Once you've seen me, neck in line with the spine, keep those wrists under the shoulders for me. And remember the good news, just one set. So once we're done this, you won't have to do it again. We're on our stomachs in less than 10 seconds. One more. Time. All right, on your stomach, basically you're going to start with the arms so they look like the letter I, lift up, then lower, then the letter Y, and then the letter T, okay? Toes tucked under, chin in, here we go. Lift the arms only. I, Y, T. Now make sure the thumbs are pointed up for each exercise. Arms straight, let's go back to I, chin tucks in, arms go mat width, Y or V, and then lined up with the shoulders, T. Working posture muscles here. You're keeping the lower body on the mat, chin is slightly tucked in, chest is slightly lifted. We're just trying to move through your shoulders. So some of you might not get a lot of range. Do your best. And if you're not getting a lot of range, then you know you need to do this more. One more. Time. All right, staying on the knees. One hand comes behind, the other one in front. Offset push-up, you lower down, and then switch arms. To modify, lift your bum up higher, and it's more of your head coming down to the ground. All right, so easy way to modify a push-up. Doesn't look pretty, but it's one way to modify it. If you're with me, I want you to look up a bit so we don't allow that head to drop. The arm that's down, that elbow's pointed towards your feet as you come down. Working pecs, front shoulder, triceps, and a little bit of core. A push-up is actually a moving plank. Last 10 seconds. One more. Time. Woo! All right, we get those arms out into that letter V position again. Toes are tucked in, or pointed, pardon me. Thumbs are pointed up. Lift everything up and down. So now we balance just on the pelvis and the belly as we lift the upper and lower body. Arms stay fairly straight. Legs are straight. Working extensors of the spine here. This one is totally safe for osteoporosis. If you're not familiar with what not to do, what to do, if you have osteo, please check out my fit tip video on the channel. Last 10 seconds. Time. Woo! All right, hands are just in front of the shoulders now. Tuck your toes under, come into plank, and then downward dog. All right, now float yourself back to high plank. Go right up to downward dog. Advanced people, touch the opposite toe with the hand. Go back to plank. So the toe tap is optional. You can flow to high plank, downward dog, or as I said, intermediate advanced, add the toe tap. The good news is, if you have weak wrists, this will help strengthen them. On our stomachs in a couple more reps. Time. All right, tuck those toes under again. Arms in front, circle the hands, let them go into your back pocket, palms facing up, circle back. While you do this, you're trying not to allow the arms to drop on your ground. Working shoulder range of motion here and shoulders. Once you see me, tuck the chin in, tuck your toes in, and just keep those arms moving. Try to get them right in the small of your back, and then palms are facing up, and then circle back to above the head. In less than 15 seconds, I'm going to teach you a one-arm push-up. Don't run away. You'll be awesome. Time. Roll on your right side for me. Whew. All right. Take that bottom arm, grab onto the rib, hip, and other hand is close to the shoulder. And push yourself up for a one-arm push-up. Now to modify it, you could simply let yourself sort of imprint on the ground, taking a little longer to push yourself back up so you get fewer reps in. So then the reverse, if you're advanced, just let that shoulder kiss your mat and then boom, you're back up again next rep. I'm going to do a combo of both because my arms are getting tired. Ooh. Timer goes, other arm. See what I mean? How we're on the mat for pretty much half of the workout, if not more. Time. Woo. All right, other side. So knees are bent. Bottom arm's going to grab onto the rib there. Other hand is just in front of that bottom shoulder. Press into the ground, straighten the arm, that's important, and then come back down. So after this, we stand. We're going to move into some standing exercises. Pardon me. Pick up the tempo if you find that you're kind of on autopilot and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is good. Thanks, PJ. No problem. I could do this. I don't want it to be no problem. I want it to be a challenge. So that may mean picking up the intensity for you, picking up the speed. Woo, not letting that shoulder stay on your ground for too long. One more. Time. Woohoo! That's effective, huh? All right, we're standing. I want you to mirror me. Take this leg. Let's go out for a side lunge. Good. Now take this same leg and go back for a reverse lunge. Good. Side. So your reverse lunge can be a tap back, keeping that back knee fairly straight. All right. Side lunge, I find most people are pretty good with it, even if it's just a slight knee bend. Work within what's going to feel good for your joints. For those of you that are able to, we want to take a deep range of motion here. It's also a great balance exercise. So when you step back, make sure your feet stay hip width apart when you step back into this reverse lunge. Let's do one more of each. All right, now take this leg, step it back into your reverse lunge, and again, you go down as deep as it feels comfortable for you. Drop it down and little pulse. Okay, so for you it may be you're leaning forward more and pulsing more with the front knee. Once again, play around with it. I do get a lot of people that DM me, I can't lunge. There are workarounds, right? Just don't bend the knee as much, or do a bridge if you find that you really just don't even want to get into the move. But you should be able to at very least get into the move, because a lunge with the leg straight is hip extension, which is a walk, right? We extend the leg stays back for hip extension for walking. So hang in there. And then maybe if we get those hips strengthened like we did at the beginning of the workout, the knees will feel better. Woo! It's burning. Time. Woo-hoo. All right, we got to do the other leg. So step out side lunge. This leg going this way. Ready, set, go. Good. Now reverse. Keep those feet hip width apart. Going as deep as it feels comfortable for the knees. So for some of you that have been doing my workouts, I just got new runners. So white, so fancy. And then George, my German Shepherd, stepped on them with muddy feet. Yes. I've cleaned the runners up since, and George is now up for adoption. Just joking. Nobody can take my George. Sometimes I would love for people to take my George, but no. One more of each. Woo! Shake it out. All right, so this leg's gonna go back for that lunge pulse. Again, bending the knees as much as it feels comfortable for you. So feet hip width, step back with feet hip width, and pulse. It never fails too. He's the same dog. If I get a pedicure, hands down, I'll come home and he'll step on my feet. It's only when I don't want him near my feet, he's near my feet. Woo! If you're watching this in real time as well, after the workout, click the link down below that'll take you to my website and sign up for my big September challenge. You've got to sign up though, unless you're a part of my Over 50 Fitness community or my Patreon community. I have you covered, so you don't have to sign up. But if you're not part of either, get your name down. It's going to be awesome. Woo! Time. All right, feet apart. We got some walkouts. Whether you do 1 or you do 20, just try it, all right? Bend the knees, walk out to high plank, wrists under shoulders, walk back. Good. Now, intermediate advance, when I'm out there, I'm gonna tap my shoulder. You can join me if you want. Opposite hand to shoulder, each hand, and then walk back. When we tap the shoulders, not moving the hips, keeping the lower body quiet. So we want those feet about hip width or mat width apart. Mine are mat width apart. We want to bend the knees to get ourselves down there, not our backs. And again, maybe 2 good ones, and then you grab some water and march it on the spot, and next time you do this workout, or next time you do this exercise in a routine, you'll try for 3. That's growth, sister. Last time. Time. All right, we're going to do a really good one for those of you, especially who have knee issues. Bouncing on this leg. One-legged squat and then tap this foot in front. Good. Now one-legged squat and tap it to the side. One-legged, tap it behind. So I'm just tapping the toe. I'm not putting any weight on this toe. All of it is on this working leg, teaching the knee stabilizers to hold their positioning as this leg goes in many different directions, while also training the quad, hip, and hamstring and glute. So great exercise, especially if you're one of those people that do have sensitive knees. Time. Whew. All right, we got the other leg, and be aware, one side is probably a little easier than the other. So our setup, here we go. Push your bum back, tap the toe in front. Come up, now tap the toe to the side. Come up, now tap the toe behind. Focus your stare on something stationary. We just have one more exercise to go after this. Actually, if you've ever been to physio for knee pain, they might have got you to do this move. I hear that a lot with my workouts. My physio told me to do that. I'm not a physio. I just have a very good grasp at what exercises work, especially for those of us over the age of 40. Shake it out. All right, feet go wide, toes turned out. We sink into a wide squat. We pulse it, we hold it. Last move, let's go. Take a look. We want those knees tracking out. Now, upper body is fairly upright. Whew. Now, I'm going to hold my hands here, all right? You do whatever you want with your hands. Just don't press into the thighs, okay? Chest is upright. This is it. Last exercise. We're finishing off with a thigh burner. Little tiny pulses, they're controlled. Yes. Less than 30 seconds, we get some water. Last 3, 2, 1, time. Woo, baby. Yes, I told you it would burn. Come on, give me a high five. High five, good job. All right, grab some water. I will stretch you out and then you can continue on with your day. All right, I'm gonna grab a quick sip. We'll do a few stretches because maybe you chose this workout just because of the time, so I don't want to go too long. All right, so let us take left knee down to your ground, right leg out, lunge it forward slightly, lean back, squeeze this left glute, and you should feel a good stretch in the hip as well as the quad. Left arm straight up, separating rib from hip, and then lean away. So thank you again for showing up. I am really proud of you. I've said it before, it's really hard to self-motivate in your home, so when you do that, you need to give yourself a pat on the back. It's not an easy thing to do, and you need to recognize that. Whew. Circle this arm behind, nice and slow. Let's straighten this front leg, come forward. And then once again, once you're done, if you're not part of the Over 50 Fitness or Patreon community, well, you can join either. The info's down below. But if you don't want to do that, at the very least, join us for the challenge. You need to sign up on the website, though. Good. Keep holding. Nice stretch for that hamstring. It tends to be tight for a lot of us. I find if you've got yoga blocks nearby, super useful. They help pop your ground up because we don't want to round the back to stretch the hamstring. We want to keep the back fairly neutral and hinge to that hip joint. That's where your hamstring's attached. All right. Let's do the other side. So right knee underneath the hip. Lunge forward a bit. Tighten that right glute. Inhale, right arm straight up. Exhale, lean away. And if you are close to 50 or over, you may not be aware, but I do have an app called Over 50 Fitness, and you can grab yourself a free 14-day trial down there in the description. We'd love to have you. It's a great community. Circle that arm behind. Straighten this front leg. Woo, hip hinge. Again, if you can, build your ground up. Release. All right, let's come down onto the tummy and on the forearms, elbows under the shoulders. Just drop the hips, scoop the chest up, look up. Extension into the spine while we stretch into the abs. This is a nice little stretch that I would love for you to do if you are like me and sit in front of a computer a lot. We tend to flex, even if we try hard with our posture. You know, that pelvis is still going to flex a bit, and this is a great way to work out to counterbalance that flexion we do when we're seated. All right, right on your chest, arms lined up with the shoulders. Lift your left leg up, bend at the knee, roll onto the right arm, and then slide this left hand just in front of the chest and push, stretching into that right shoulder, arm, pec. Then if you want it into that left hip as well, you walk this left foot up towards the right hand. You didn't think you'd be doing some Circuit du Soleil today, did you? And back. And here we go. Arms extended, palms down, shoulder height. Right leg picks up, bend at the knee. And then take that right hand and push your body back a bit, feeling that stretch in that left shoulder now. And back to center. Big toes together, knees open, sit back, arms are straight, mat width to get into the sides of the body and your lats, forehead to mat if you can. Couple breaths here. and release. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Like I said, hey, come and join us either on Patreon or Over 50 Fitness. All the sign up info is down below. And if you want to sign up for the challenge, the link to my website is down there as well. Have yourself a great rest of your day, and I look forward to working with you next workout. Bye.